चलिए स्टार्ट हो गया. Good afternoon. So in the previous class we have studied about Otto cycle, and today we are going to see the expression for the efficiency of the Otto cycle. Okay. So in the previous class we have discussed about the Otto cycle diagram. Okay. On PV diagram. Okay. So this is the Otto cycle diagram. Otto cycle diagram. This is the general diagram of Otto cycle. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like in the previous class we have studied, the diagram is slightly different from this diagram. Okay. Here we are only here in this diagram you can only see four processes: 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 to 1. Okay. 1 to 2 is adiabatic compression, 2 to 3 is heat addition process, 3 to 4 is adiabatic expansion process, and 4 to 1 is heat reaction process. Two processes are not in this diagram: suction and exhaust process. Okay. So this is the general diagram. Actually this is a general diagram. Otto cycle diagram can also be made like this. Even in the books, in different books you will find this diagram. Okay. So there is no problem, you can also make this diagram like this. Okay. In the previous class what we have studied is the diagram is like this, like from 0 to 1 this is suction, then compression, then addition, heat addition, then expansion, then exhaust, heat reaction, or then exhaust. So if you remind, in the previous class the diagram is like this. Okay. But in general way we can also make like this. We need not to show a suction exhaust process always. Okay. In general you can make this diagram like this also. Okay. So now this is the PV diagram. We can also make TS diagram with the help of this PV diagram. With the help of this PV diagram we can also make the TS diagram for Otto cycle. This is PV diagram, pressure versus volume axis. Okay. So with the help of this diagram we can also make TS diagram. Here this is the TS diagram. TS, temperature versus entropy. Okay. So from 1 to 2, this is reversible adiabatic compression process. In the previous class we have studied that from 1 to 2 is reversible adiabatic compression, which is also known as isentropic compression. Isentropic means entropy is constant. Entropy is constant means from 1 to 2 the value of S should be constant. This is entropy. Okay. So entropy is constant means this is entropy axis. So if your entropy is constant, then the process from 1 to 2 will be a straight vertical line because entropy is constant. So this curve, which is this process which is represented by a curve on PV diagram from 1 to 2 is represented by a straight vertical line on TS diagram. So TS diagram, this process 1 to 2 should be like this, 1 to 2. Okay, because in this process entropy is constant. Okay, this is the entropy axis. So from 1 to 2 on every point entropy will be same. Okay. Now from 2 to 3 is constant volume heat addition process. Okay, if you remember in the previous class we have discussed from 1 to 2 to 3 is constant volume heat addition. So constant volume and constant pressure process are represented by curve on TS diagram. You have studied that in second year in basic thermodynamics, that constant volume process and constant pressure processes are represented by a curve on TS diagram. So 2 to 3 will be a curve. Okay. So curve should be like this, 2 to 3. Okay. This is constant volume heat addition. Again from 3 to 4 is reversible adiabatic expansion. Again reversible adiabatic means isentropic. Isentropic means entropy should be constant. So again from 3 to 4 is a vertical straight line because entropy is constant from 3 to 4. Okay. Now from 4 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection process. again constant volume process, so it will be a curve on TS diagram. It will be a curve on TS diagram. It should be like this. Okay, so Otto cycle on TS diagram is represented by this diagram. This is the cycle diagram for Otto cycle on TS plot. Okay, now a simple way of understanding between PV and TS diagram is also, you can say which processes are shown by curve on PV diagram are shown by straight line on TS diagram. Like from 1 to 2 and 3 to 4, these are the curve, but on TS diagram these are straight line. And which processes are shown by straight line on PV diagram are shown by curve on TS diagram. Okay, opposite. So as from 2 to 3 and 4 to 1, these are straight line, but on TS diagram this becomes curve, 2 to 3, 4 to 1. Okay, so in this way also you can remember these things. Okay, so it will become easy to draw the TS diagram from PV diagram. Okay, now we have to derive the expression for efficiency. Expression for efficiency of Otto cycle. Okay, so from this diagram, from PV diagram we are going to understand, from PV diagram 1 to 2 is adiabatic compression. Adiabatic compression means from 1 to 2 we are giving the work input to the system. Okay, from 1 to 2 we are giving the work input to the system. So here work input we are giving to the system. So let us assume this work input is Wi. Okay, work input. Okay, and in thermodynamic you have studied the sign convention of work. What will be the sign convention of work? Work input should always be in negative. If we are giving the work to a system, then that will be negative. Okay, and from 3 to 4 this is reversible adiabatic expansion process. So from 3 to 4 we are getting the work from the system. Okay, we are getting the work from the system. So here we are getting the work from the system, which is represented by WO, work output. Okay, and according to the sign convention of the work, if we are getting the work from the system, then work should be positive. Okay, now this is all about work input and work output. Now if you talk about heat transfer, then 2 to 3 is heat addition. Heat addition means heat in to the system. Heat comes inside the system. Okay, so let us assume this heat is represented by Qi. Okay, this is heat addition Qi. Okay, so if you remember, you have studied in thermodynamics that the sign convention of heat is opposite to the sign convention of work. Means if work is positive, then heat will be negative, and if work is negative, then heat will be positive. Okay, so here what we have seen, that work input is negative, work input to a system is negative, hence heat input to the system should be positive. This should be positive. Okay, because the sign convention for heat transfer is opposite to the work transfer. Okay, so if work input is negative, then heat input should be positive, opposite, and here work output is positive. From 4 to 1 is heat rejected to the system. Okay, so heat comes outside to the system, which is represented by Qo. Okay, this is heat rejection. Okay, so here if work output is positive, then heat output should be negative, because it is opposite to the sign of work. Heat is opposite to the work. Okay, so here it is positive, so it will be negative. Okay, these things you have studied already in basic thermodynamics in second year. Okay, now if we see all these systems, so what we require is net work. Okay, from any cycle, from any system, what should be the main objective? To get the output. So what will be the network output which we are getting? If we talk about the network output, which is W net, then this should be equal to the work output minus work input. Okay, this is the total work output which we are getting, WO, but also we are giving some work input now. So we have to subtract this work input from the work output. Then we will get the actual work input. So net work should be WO minus WI. Okay. Now if you see this system, we can say we can apply conservation of energy, law of conservation of energy. Conservation of energy. Okay. So from conservation of energy we can say that total energy in to the system should be equal to total energy out to the system. So what is the total energy in? This heat input is a total heat input, and work input, it is total energy into the system. So Wi plus Qi, this is total energy in equal to total energy out. So WO plus QO is total energy out. WO plus QO. Okay. Now here our objective is to find the value of net work, W net. So WO minus WI, this value we need to find. So replace this WI in the right side. Okay. So if we replace this WI in the right side, then this becomes WO minus WI, and replace this QI. No, replace this QO to the left side. Okay. So this becomes QI minus QO. Okay. So what is the what is WO minus WI? WO minus WI is nothing but net work output. So we can write here W net equal to, what is QI? QI is heat addition, HA. We can say that this is heat addition, minus what is QO? QO is heat rejection, HR, minus HR. So this is the value of W net, heat addition minus heat rejection. Okay. Now if we see the derivation for the efficiency, ये last line है. Okay. So now if we see the formula for the efficiency, so what is the basic formula for the efficiency? Efficiency eta should be equal to net work output, means W net, divided by heat input. Okay. What is the general formula for efficiency? Output by input. So here we can say efficiency should be equal to net work output divided by total heat input. Okay. So from here we have seen that W net equal to heat addition minus heat rejection. So here we can say that eta equal to heat addition minus heat rejection divided by heat addition. Okay. So this will become heat addition 1 minus heat rejection by heat addition. Okay. Now from the diagram we can put the value of heat rejection and heat addition. Okay. So eta equal to heat rejection takes place from 4 to 1. Okay. So what will be the value of heat rejection? We know the formula. This is constant volume formula. So what will be the value? 1 minus mCV dt. So it will be final temperature minus initial temperature. Final is T1 and initial is T4. So we can say that T1 minus T4. Okay. This will be the formula for heat rejection. But as I said, heat rejection should be negative. Okay, according to sign convention, heat rejection should be negative. So this value should be negative because it is heat rejection. Okay, divide by what will be the value of heat addition? We can see from the this from the diagram. So heat addition takes place from 2 to 3. So again this is constant volume process. Same formula we can apply. So formula will mCV Final temperature is T3, initial is T2. So we can write here MCV T3 minus T2, and this is heat addition, heat input. Okay, so this value should be positive. Okay, so due to this minus sign, this becomes eta should be equal to 1 minus, when we multiply this minus in this bracket, then this become MCV T4 minus T1. Okay, T4 minus T1 due to this minus sign. Okay, divide by MCV T3 minus T2. Okay, MCV cancel out. Okay, now from this bracket take T1 common. Eta will be equal to 1 minus, take T1 common, then this will become T1 T4 by T1 minus 1 divide by, from here take T2 common, so this will become T3 by T2 minus 1. Okay, let us assume this is equation number 1. Now to simplify this equation, again we have to do some analysis from this diagram. Okay, from this diagram we can see that from 1 to 2 is reversible adiabatic compression. This is adiabatic process. Okay, so from this adiabatic process, if we write the relationship between temperature and volume, so what will be the formula for that from 1 to 2? For process 1 to 2, what should be the formula between temperature and volume? So this will become T1 by T2, T2 by T1, T2 by T1 should be equal to V1 by V2 to the power gamma minus 1. Okay, and we know that V1 by V2 is nothing but compression ratio R. Okay, V1 by V2 is nothing but compression ratio R. So T2 by T1 should be equal to R to power gamma minus 1. Let us assume this is equation number 2. Okay, same formula we can apply for process 3 to 4, because 3 to 4 is also adiabatic compression process. Okay, so if we apply the formula for process 3 to 4, so for process 3 to 4, again same formula we can apply here, but for different points 3 to 4. So T3 by T4 should be equal to V4 by V3. Same formula is there, but points are different. Okay, this formula is applicable between point 1 to 2. Okay, but now points are changed, 3 and 4, points become 3 and 4, so we have to replace T1 T2 by T3 T4. Okay, so T3 by T4 is equal to V4 by V3 to the power gamma minus 1. Okay, and from the diagram we can see that from 4 to 1 is constant volume process, so V1 and V4 should be equal. V1 is equal to V4, we can see here. Similarly here it is also a constant volume process, so here also V2 and V3 should be equal. V3 is equal to V2. Okay, so we can say that V4 is equal to V1 and V3 is equal to V2. Replace this value here. Okay. So now, so if we replace the values, we can say that replace V1 in place of V4. So this become V1 by, and V2 in place of V3, V1 by V2 to the power gamma minus 1. Again we have found the value, same value as above, V1 by V2, which is nothing but compression ratio R. So we can say that T3 by T4 should also be equal to R to power gamma minus 1. Okay. Now if you see both the equation, equation 2 and let us assume this is equation 3. So the right hand side of both the equations are same. So left hand side should also be equal to each other. Okay. So from equation 2 and 3 we can say that T2 by T1 should be equal to T3 by T4. Okay. Now T2 by T1 is equal to T3 by T4. Now subtract 1 from both the sides. So we will get T2 by T1 minus 1 should be equal to T3 by T4. No. First of all, cross multiply. Take T4 to this position and T2 below T3. Okay. So this will become T4 by T1 equal to T3 by T2. Okay. Now subtract 1 from both the sides. So we will get T4 by T1 minus 1 equal to T3 by T2 minus 1. Okay. Let us assume this is equation number 4. Now, if you see equation number 1 and equation number 4, so T4 by T1 minus 1 is equal to T3 by T2 minus 1. So both these will cancel out, T4 by T1 minus 1 and T3 by T2 minus 1. So what we will get from equation 1 and 4, we can say that eta is equal to 1 minus T1 by T2, and take this T1 below T2. So eta should be equal to 1 minus 1 by T2 by T1. Okay. And from equation 2, T2 by T1 is equal to r to power gamma minus 1. Okay. So we can say that from equation 2, eta is equal to 1 minus 1 by r to power gamma minus 1, or we can write 1 minus 1 by r to power whole to the power gamma minus 1. Okay. So this is the expression for the efficiency of ideal Otto cycle. Okay. So basically, if we know the value of compression ratio R for any Otto cycle, then we can easily calculate the efficiency for that cycle. Okay. So this is all for the today. In the next class, we will discuss about diesel cycle and efficiency for the diesel cycle.